And in the backcourt, one of the most dominant backcourters anywhere in the world, number 76, Irastorza. And here's the triples team trying to beat post one. First of all, a local player, a favorite of the fans here at Miami. Jai-Alai, an overall great guy, number 54, Zelenka. Another one of our favorite players here playing mid-court, number 11, Javi. And last but not least, in the backcourt, a recent addition to the Miami Jai-Alai roster from Orlando, Jai-Alai number 71, Aldazabal. Ladies and gentlemen, the players of this tournament will salute you, the fans, and we'll now move ahead to the coin toss to decide who serves first and second. Post one has won the toss. One will be receiving. Rather, two will be receiving. Again, this is a 15-point partido. Points do not double. One over serve is permitted. This is 3-on-2. One has the serve. Goikoetxea chooses the fastball. Goikoetxea serves. 14th game partido is underway. Irastorza goes deep. Javi's back at the 10 line for the catch. Rebote save. Caught by Zelenka. Zelenka puts it inside. Goiko on the run. The one-handed reverse turn will score. That's what makes it interesting. Point one. Excellent catch and return by Goikoetxea. One first up on the board with 1 point. Strong forehand rebote picked off by Javi. Irastorza with a strong reverse. Aldazabal on the triples team deep in the backcourt. Rebote swing and a miss. Point two. We're triples, ladies and gentlemen, as a correction to the reading in the bottom of your program. Front quarter serve, chooses ball and serves for the triples team. Zelenka fires the serve. Rebote comes to Javi on the left side. Ball tipped, point two. The triples team on the board with 2 points. Zelenka with another excellent serve. Goikoetxea taken on the forehand of Aldazabal. Goikoetxea, Arimala to the backcourt, low rebote. Saved, but too high. Point goes to the one. Points all even at 2 apiece. Goikoetxea now serves. Goikoetxea looks for the rebote. Fired high and hard to pass. Aldazabal's there. Left side rebote. Play to the outside. Clips too much sidewall. That's out of play. Point to the 2. Excellent catch by Aldazabal deep in the backcourt. Irastorza from the 11 line. Hard throw. Picala cut off by Jabi. Back at the 10 line. Strong forehand caught by Jabi. Strong reverse by Irastorza. Goikoetxea moves in to make the catch. Here's the reverse. Excellent cortada by Irastorza from the backcourt. Scoop in the back corner. An excellent play by Aldazabal. Javi with the catch. Returns it low. Goikoetxea is there. Here's the reverse. Javi with the forehand rebote to the outside. Goikoetxea is there. Cortada rifled. Javi lets it go. Irastorza with a hard throw to the backcourt. Aldazabal's there. Goikoetxea taken on the forehand of Javi. Low forehand rebote played. Javi makes the catch. Sends it back to pass. Goiko in position for the catch. Irastorza firing their bote just a little too low. Point 2. That'll bring 2 to 4 points. 1 with 2. 2 serving. Zelenka with a strong serve. That's an overserve. One overserve permitted with Partido rules. Zelenka's second and final serve on this point. Ball tipped, point one. One on the board with 3 points. Here's post two. That's an overserve. Once again, one overserve allowed in Partido play. Goikoetxea's second serve. Javi takes the catch. Bote Corredo at the 7 line. Forehand rebote by Goikoetxea. Aldazabal's there. Forehand play by Goikoetxea. Picada. Here's a reverse by Aldazabal. Rebote coming all the way out to the 5 line. Goikoetxea fires it. Left for the forehand of Aldazabal in the backcourt. Irastorza back to the inside, catch by Jabi. Outside placement will score for Jabi, point two. Two on the board with 5 points, serving to post one with 3 points. Aldazabal calls for the catch deep in the backcourt. Irastorza's there. Javi calls for their bote. It comes too low. That's point to the 1. Still close. One on the board with 4 points. Serving post 2 with 5 points. First overserve from the forehand of Goikoetxea. Second service. Javi makes the catch. Bote Corredo sends it deep. Rebote at the side wall. Goikoetxea takes it on the forehand. Here's Aldazabal. Strong forehand rebote. Fine catch by Javi. Cortada by Javi. Stopped on the forehand of Goikoetxea. Goikoetxea's cortada stopped on the reverse of Javi. Here's Irastorza from the backcourt. Javi with an excellent catch at the 10 line. Goikoetxea is there. Javi again from the 10 line. Outside placement picked off by Zelenka. The cortada stopped. However, call made, 2 bounces ruled before the catch was made. Red team not agreeing, Javi agreeing with the call. This point will go to the 2 as 2 takes a break. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, breaks are permitted during the course of Partido play. Two's up on the board now with 6 points, serving to post 1 with 4 points. Players return to the court with 2 serving, post 1, 2 up on the board with 6 points, 1 with 4. Javi on the rebote left side. Catch by Goikoetxea. Here's reverse. Strong forehand. Excellent rebote turn. It's a 2-all. Goiko's got it at the 3 line. Rifling the cortada. Aldazabal says no on the forehand. Split placement stopped by Javi midcourt. Javi looking across the wall, get the bounce. Irastorza's there. Rebote saved by Goikoetxea. Aldazabal from deep in the backcourt. This ball lands out of play. Point 1. Excellent catch by Javi. 2-all by Javi, stopped by Goiko. Goiko rifles this ball. Aldazabal with another great catch. Here's Irastorza. Aldazabal from the 13 line on the reverse. Rebote up on a high bounce. Goikoetxea makes the throw. Javi's there. Fine catch by Irastorza. Back to the inside it goes. Javi's there. Goiko calls for the rebote. Plays it from the left side. Javi reaches out to make the catch. Cortada follows. And a fine effort by Goikoetxea is tipped, point 2. This ball missed, point 2. Two up on the board with 8 points. One with 5. He makes the catch at the 8 line. Here's the reverse. Aldazabal narrowly getting whacked with that ball, point 1. Javi takes the ball, bote corrido. Catch by Irastorza. Here's the reverse. Javi saves the rebote. Irastorza from the 10 line. Mid-wall placement to the feet of Javi. He makes the catch. Goikoetxea from the 7 line. Strong reverse by Aldazabal. Here's Irastorza. Strong forehand rebote by Goikoetxea. High bounce rebote all the way to the 4 line. Ball tipped in the midcourt by Javi, point 1. One on the board with 7 points. Serving to post 2 with 8. Players taking another break in this 15-point partido. One on the board with 7 points, serving post 2. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are running this special partido in conjunction with the live broadcast of Ed Kaplan from WQAM, seated in the back of our auditorium. Excellent serve by Goikoetxea. That one lands in play, point to the 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie just over halfway through this 15-point partido. Strong right side by Goikoetxea. There. Forehand rebote again by Goiko. This one goes wall to wall. Aldazabal bails out. Javi's there. Arrimada. Irastorza makes a beautiful catch. Javi runs up. Strong reverse follows to the outside. Irastorza. This point goes to the 2. Two on the board with 9 points. One on the board with 8 points. 2 serving 1. Swing and a miss, midcourt, point 1. Still tied up, 9 points apiece, 1 serves 2. Javi makes the catch, Botegorelo on the right side. Irastorza taking the ball from over his head. He sends it deep from the right side. This ball clips the side wall and lands off the court. This point goes to the 1. One on the board with 10 points. Here's post 2. On the board with 9. And Javi with a great catch, sends it deep. Irastorza on the run, makes the catch. Irastorza calls for the catch. Here's the reverse at the 11 line. Rebote is up. Javi plays it from midcourt. Ball tipped midcourt, point 1. One on the board with 11 points. 2 has 9. 1 serves 2. Fine catch by Javi. Irastorza throws it wall to wall, cut off in the air by Aldazabal. Cortada thrown way too hard. This one picked off by Aldazabal in the backcourt. Fine catch by Irastorza. He comes from the right side. Javi's there. Goikoetxea goes to the floor to make the save. Javi lets it pass. Steve lets it pass. Here's reversed by Aldazabal. Strong right side by Irastorza. Javi with the catch and a strong throw. Javi winds up, fakes the 2-all. Pika cut off on the forehand of Goikoetxea. Aldazabal with the quick release on the reverse. Goikoetxea is there. Rebote left side by Goikoetxea, caught midcourt by Javi. Cortada by Javi, stopped in a beautiful catch by Goikoetxea. Outside placement, stopped by Goikoetxea. Zelenka gets out of the way. This ball nearly caught, and a beautiful catch by Aldazabal. Point goes to the 1. 1 on the board with 12 points, serving post 2's 9 points. Bote Corredo on the forehand of Javi. Javi passes it to the back wall. Goik goes there. Aldazabal with the forehand catch. Mid-wall placement. Goiko on the run with the catch at the 8 line. Aldazabal digs Zerbote out. Goiko moves in, lets it pass to Irastorza. Fine catch by Javi. Strong reverse by Javi. Low rebote for Goiko. He makes the save. Ball tipped to the sidewall, point two. 2 on the board with 10 points, only 2 points separating first and second, 2 serving 1 with 12. Goiko with the catch. Goiko with the catch at the 4 line. He looks to pass to the outside. Aldazabal reads it. He makes the catch easy. Ide. Scoop by Irastorza. Outside placement. Stopped by Zelenka. Zelenka with a beautiful catch looking for the chick-jack. Excellent rebote. Stays to the inside. Javi 1 foot on the wall with the forehand return. Strong reverse by Goikoetxea. Aldazabal from the corner on the reverse. Catch by Goikoetxea. Here's the reverse. Aldazabal with a fine catch at the 14 line. Goikoetxea on the right side. Mid-wall placement. Working Aldazabal in the backcourt. He comes out on the reverse. Aldazabal again from the forehand. Javi on the rebote. Goikoetxea lets it pass to the reverse of Irastorza. This ball comes way out. Zelenka calls for it, makes the save. Fine catch by Irastorza. Javi calls for the bote, fires it from the right side. Goiko's there. Goikoetxea with the catch. Cortada stopped on the left side of Javi. Ball tipped in the backcourt, point two. Things a little closer now. 2 on the board with 11 points, 1 with 12, 2 serving 1. strong reverse by Irastorza. Aldazabal with the catch at the 14 line. Rabote is up and out on a high bounce. Forehand Rabote played smoothly by Goikoetxea. Javi with 1 foot on the wall makes the catch. Javi calls for the bote, plays it from the left side. Reversed by Goikoetxea. Arrimada out to the Rabote. Javi again. Difficult forehand save on the Rabote by Javi. Javi almost getting hit. Irastorza picks it off the side wall with the forehand. Goikoetxea comes cross court for the catch. Here's the reverse. Arrimada to the backcourt. Goikoetxea sends it deep. Reversed by Aldazabal. Javi jumps up but lets it pass to Aldazabal. This is a strong reverse by Irastorza. Rabote is up to the 4 line. Zelenka's back in the game with the play. Irastorza again. Irastorza with some hard throws now. This one from the right side of the 13 line. Cortada will score. Point 1. Big hand for these players, ladies and gentlemen. Some tough points being played. One on the board with 13 points. 2 on the board with 11. Ladies and gentlemen, number 11, Javi, working very hard as the middle court placement in this game. Believe me, he appreciates it. Players coming out for the last few points of this Partido tournament, ladies and gentlemen. 1 on the board with 13 points, 2 on the board with 11. Players chanting for Javi, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't know he was so popular. Some great effort on the court this evening by all 5 players. Again, one on the board with 13 points, serving to post 2 with 11. Served by Goikoetxea. Aldazabal on the reverse. Irastorza reaches up high. Forehand return follows. Goikoetxea from the side wall. Here's the reverse. Arrimada along the wall to the score. Point 1. And we have a possible game/partido point for the one post. Goikoetxea and Irastorza. Time for the 2 to keep it alive here with 11 points. Fine catch by Aldazabal. Goikoetxea from midcourt. Throws it hard. Javi makes the catch. Javi plays picada. Can't get over to the head of Goikoetxea. Scoop by Aldazabal, who keeps it alive. Irastorza back to the inside. Fine catch by Javi. Bote Corredo on the forehand. Javi will make the save to keep this alive. Here's Goikoetxea winding up at the 6th line, rifling it. Javi will not be denied on the reverse. Low reverse, scooped up by Goikoetxea. This one will score for the win. Point and game, ladies and gentlemen, in Partido to the red shirts of post 1, Goikoetxea and Irastorza. But give credit where credit is due. This 2-team played beautifully, including number 11, Javi, number 54, Zelenka, number 71, Aldazabal, and the winners, number 68, Goikoetxea, and 76, Irastorza. The final in this 14th game Partido, Goikoetxea and Irastorza with 15 points to Zelenka-Jabi and Aldazabal's 11 points. The win going to post 1. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this special 14-game performance of the first and best in professional Jai-Alai, brought to you only by Florida Gaming Centers here at Miami Jai-Alai. We're glad that you chose to join us this evening and invite you to join us again on Wednesday for 13 games in our matinee performance. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Florida Gaming Centers in Miami Jai-Alai, we do thank you for joining us this evening, and hope to see you again on Wednesday. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the final round